Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel.
I'll be steady, keeping pace. I'll be winning every race. So what? Talk your shit. Are you getting paid for this? I know that you can't resist music from the water bed.
It's a new day. I had some sleep. Was feeling a lot of things yesterday, probably because I was on my period, and you know how it be. The girls that get it. So I was just feeling a little bit like in my head too much, but I think that that's just like the reality of thing at the end of the day. Like, that's the reality of things. That's the reality that sometimes you'll not have good days, sometimes you'll not have the best of days, but you have a choice every single day when you wake up on how it is that you want to do the rest of your day. And I woke up this morning and I was like, I feel so tired. I feel really mentally drained. I feel burnt out. I slept at like 3 a.m. last night painting. I needed to force myself to have the energy to wake up today and to continue living, understanding how to have that control over your mind. You know, one thing that I used to have a problem with basically for all of my life is letting a feeling consume me for a long period of time, and that's how I think we lead into like depression and, you know, deep anxiety, like really like fearful anxiety. We stay in a moment, we stay in a feeling. Past couple of days I might have been feeling like, you know, what am I doing, self-critical, very like overwhelmed, overthinking, right? But I have a choice whether I can stay in those thoughts or come out of it. I do this thing right every morning where I say positive things to myself, even if I'm not feeling positive, even if I'm not feeling good, even if I'm not feeling fine. And this also helps when you're rooted in, you know, your spirituality as well. You know, I always have to remind myself that God doesn't want me to feel like that. God doesn't intend for me to be feeling overwhelmed and frustrated, but everything is like a challenge so that you are able to come out of something. You're supposed to feel that pain, that confusion, so that you see how resilient you are when things are not necessarily going your way. Until, you know, the day that things do start working out for you, you understand. At the end of the day, I have to always keep reminding myself that it's about the journey and not the destination, because there really is no destination. We're just living and we're just doing. You know, I could work so hard to do something and never even live to see the day where in my head I think that would be me reaching a goal, right? I think that the goal is a part of the journey, right? It's about you doing it, about you creating, about you making, you know, every song that I create, every piece of art that I create, it's the process of it. Whether people see it, whether people buy it, whether people recognize me for those things is I think is not the point of it. At times when we are just frustrated about life because we know that there's a label of what shows you to be successful, right? Shows you to be on the right track. You know, everywhere I go, people ask me like, so what are you doing in your life? What are you doing with your life? So what are you doing? Are you working? Are you this? And I always have to like gear myself up to be like, no, I'm just doing social media and YouTube and music. And people are like, eh? What? Didn't you go to school? Didn't you graduate? And what did you do when you graduated? Social work. Okay, so why are you not doing that? And it's like this whole feeling of like having to always explain myself, because I know that people are like, what is this girl doing with her life? You understand? You have a choice on whether you want to retain information or not, right? So even if someone says something negative to you or has a negative tone to what you're doing, you can choose to take that, or you can choose to just understand that as somebody's opinion and is not necessarily the truth, right? And ever since I got to this understanding of things, right, it makes it easier for me to be delulu, right? Being delulu is the salulu. Being delusional, literally believing that I'm capable of something that is really difficult, right? Something that is really complex. Even no matter how many times I say I want to change the world, like I want to do humongous things, you understand? And most people just look at you as this little girl from where, who, what are you gonna do? Do you understand? Like what makes you so special that you are gonna be the person to do these amazing great things? You understand? Straight up delusion. I know that when me and God have conversations and I say to God, nah, God, I know what it is that I'm supposed to do. Even in my last job, I felt so miserable, y'all. Like, I felt so miserable because I couldn't even have the time to paint. I couldn't have the time to do my music. If I did do my music, I'm sleeping at like 3 a.m., 4 a.m. every single night, waking up at 6, 7, and having to still be proactive in a job. Do you understand? It was literally clouding my brain. I felt so exhausted, and I felt like God was making me go through, because to be honest, my job was not easy. It was not just like a normal 9 to 5 and I go to work and I come home. I was like basically on the clock, and I was living at work as well. So it was just like I didn't have time for myself anymore. And I feel like God put me in that position to make me see what it felt like, and to show me like this is how it would feel if you go down this path, right? You know how good you'll feel when you actually put your mind and effort and soul into what you really love. Do you understand? And what you're good at. Bear in mind, and being good at something just comes with time and practice. I made a YouTube channel years ago, and I used to post covers, and I used to do all this stuff, and I would watch other people's YouTube channels. I'd watch other people's covers, and I feel like I'm not good enough. Like, what makes me feel as if I'm good enough to be able to do these videos? I'm good enough for people to be watching me and to be supporting me and to be giving me views and for me to be getting paid off of this thing. What makes me special enough for that? And that's what made me stop being consistent in my YouTube, because I really internalized these negative thoughts. Now I decided to myself this year, right? I said at the beginning of the year, I'm not taking no for an answer. Do you understand? I'm just taking yes. Do you understand? Because me and God spoke about it, and he said that you are going to be successful in this, and this. When we went into the new year, I was sitting under the table eating 12 grapes. Okay, I ate my 12 grapes, and I had 12 prayers that I wrote down, and I said, this is what I'm praying for, and God will make it happen for me. And I put it in my Bible, I put it in Philippians, and I closed it, I left it there. And every now and again I revisit those prayers, and I just open them and I read them out during like my Bible time and the time I'm spending with God, and I just say, okay, reminding myself this is what it is. Of course, there are days where I genuinely am just like, oh my gosh, am I crazy? You just see something that other people don't see. For anybody that's struggling to figure out like, what is it that you're supposed to do in life? What is it that you're good at? I promise you this. Try that thing that you want to try. Whether it's that you want to start a YouTube channel, whether it's like you want to do these videos, you want to post online, just don't even think about it. Post your video. You don't even know who will enjoy it. Do you understand? Even for me, I always get surprised when people comment on my videos, and when people send me messages and they're like, I saw your video and it was just so insightful and it was really interesting, and thank you for that. And it gives me this encouragement that whether it's one person or 10 people, it doesn't matter. It reached somebody and you made an impact. Do you understand? By doing something that is so scary. Being vulnerable and being yourself and being open on the internet is a really scary thing. I'm not gonna lie. Like, every time I think about recording a video or when I'm posting a video, I'm just like, what if it doesn't do well? What if people don't like it? What if it's like, what if I get bad comments and stuff like that? But I have to embrace all of that. This is me doing something out of the ordinary because I believe in myself. I have to have that delusion in myself to say, I know that I can do this. And so I'm going to do it. And I'm going to prove to myself, not even prove to anybody, I'm going to prove to myself that I'm capable. I'm going to prove to God that I am utilizing everything that he's given me. What I've been working on is just positive thinking. I listen to a positive mindset podcast. I'll put the link down below. And this podcast is incredible. It really reminds me of who I am every single day. This guy, he really dives into you understanding your full potential and understanding the power that you have over your own life and the power that you have in your speech, in the way that you think, in the way that you act. Do you understand that you have to start acting like the person that you see yourself to be in the future already? You understand? Even if you don't have the money, you don't have the assets, you don't have all these things that you feel like you need to have, you still act as if you got it. You understand? You believe in yourself that much. You understand? And you walk in that frequency. Days like yesterday when I was just feeling really, really low, it is an enemy of progress. Do you understand? It's genuinely an enemy of progress to what I'm trying to achieve. That's me tapping into a frequency that is not the future me. That's me tapping into a frequency that's the past me, which is what I'm trying to remove myself from. But always still understanding that part of me as well. See, that's the point of self-introspection, being able to understand why I felt like this, what's the reason, how I can deal with it, and how I can wake up the next day and not feel like that anymore. Not reveling in a feeling, not reveling in an emotion, not staying too long in something negative. and you know that it's negative and you have the choice. Do you understand? Ever since I started understanding how to control my mind, not let my mind control me, that was the game changer for me. You understand? And that was the beginning of this year for me. And so of course I'm gonna have my little slide back. So I'm gonna slide back a little bit because I'm just beginning on this journey. But I can imagine myself in 2 years' time, how strong-minded I will be because I'm actively practicing this art of controlling my mind. List down a couple of books that I would encourage you guys to read. These books are incredible, amazing. Me and my friends have been reading these books and we've been encouraging each other to have positive mindset, but being able to control the way that we think and the way that our life goes, you know, not letting things affect us, not letting the environment affect us, not letting all these things get to us, you understand? Of course, there will be days whereby it's not easy, but you just maintaining a certain practice in something is what will help you to consistently stay on a certain frequency. I always want to be positive, especially on my platforms. I always want to just be positive and show a positive mindset, but I think it's important to also just show that, like, not everything is rosy, like not everything is amazing. I said this in my video, starting your spiritual journey, and I said that it's not going to be all roses and sunshine. It's going to be days whereby you feel so tired and drained and there's so much spiritual warfare. I've been having some crazy dreams lately, some crazy dreams, and to be honest, like, it's just been making me, I feel like I'm fighting these battles all the time, which is why sometimes I wake up feeling so tired, but I have to rise above that. Do you understand? I cannot let the devil win. This is my year. I said it. This is my year. This is your year. You know, you must take life and you must grab it and you must make it yours. Do you understand? Because it is your life at the end of the day. It's your world that you're living in, your mind, your experiences, and nobody can take that away from you. So yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that it gave you a bit of introspection into, you know, maintaining a positive mindset, understanding that it's okay to have bad days, but also remembering to pick yourself up. That's the most important thing. Don't forget to subscribe. Please don't forget to comment and let me know what you guys think. I love to hear you guys' thoughts. I love to see comments. I love to interact with you guys. So I really am so grateful whenever y'all comment and tell me what you think. Email me, whatever it is you want to do. I'm always here for it.